Welcome back.
Welcome back is right.
We might be a little late on this one. Probably won't come out Tuesday, as we're filming this on Tuesday, but it won't be too long.
Busy week for the boys.
Yeah,
Not a busy week in the world of sports, though.
No. This one might be a little bit shorter than the other ones, but...
Needed to be shorter anyways. 3 episodes a week is not happening.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. The first thing, Lamar Jackson requests a trade. I feel like we all saw this coming.
Yeah.
He was kind of out of Baltimore.
Well, the thing is that he requested the trade like 3 weeks ago. We just hadn't heard about it until now.
Yeah.
And the Ravens the whole time have just been saying that, well, because we franchise tagged him, that he has to stay and we can match any deal that gets offered to him. But like... Yeah,
he just chose to release it now.
Yeah, well...
Like a couple minutes before... In the tweet.
Pull up the tweet.
A couple minutes before Harbaugh goes and talks to the media. I wonder if that's a coincidence.
No, we're going to put that up too. Lamar was scamming. He was scamming because he was waiting for Harbaugh to say that, oh, Lamar's coming back. I'm ready for him to come back. And then as he's on the mic, Lamar drops the tweet. And he's saying that the Ravens completely fucked him over.
Definitely intentional.
Exactly. So we're going to pull up the video.
The Ravens just haven't done anything to try and keep him. Like he's been saying for years, he wants weapons.
And they signed Nelson Aguilar.
And they signed Nelson Aguilar, which really
weapon
doesn't change much in my opinion.
Well, they've lost all their pieces. Like they lost Hollywood Brown last year in the draft, which was an amazing trade by the Cardinals. Amazing trade. But like they took away his number 1 receiver. Then they had Sammy Watkins for a bit. Yeah. Their running backs have been injured the whole time.
Yeah.
Like J.K. Dobbins was out.
He's literally the only... Like, they still have Mark Andrews, but that's about it. True. That's about it. And a tight end is just not enough for a QB, especially one that doesn't excel in the pass game. Well, like Lamar.
He also hasn't finished a season.
Injury concerns.
We had Tyler Huntley go to the Pro Bowl.
The Chiefs, though.
Huh?
Yeah. The Chiefs, since losing Tyreek Hill, they still did well without like a very clear number 1 receiver.
Yeah, that's because they have Patrick Mahomes.
I guess.
So was horrible take of the day.
Yeah, so he's been very injury prone, and I feel like that's not a surprise to anyone. Like the way he plays the game of football, it's kind of
obviously the running quarterback's gonna get fucking smacked.
And I think that's like one of the main reasons they don't want to pay him because when he's healthy, he's a top 10, top 7 quarterback in the league of easily.
He's an MVP caliber.
Yeah, well, yeah.
When they had shit quarterback play in the league, that's why he won.
Okay, well, it was an incredible season.
It was underrated. It was overrated.
It was the best running quarterback season there's ever been.
Yeah, it was overrated.
Okay, well.
That's like saying Michael Vick's a Hall of Famer.
Regardless, we're getting further and further away from that MVP season.
Do you think Mike Vick's a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Do you think Mike Vick's a Hall of Famer? You Falcons fan? Be honest.
No, he was gone for 3 years because he fought dogs.
He didn't really play long enough. I'll say no.
Good man.
Yeah, no,
Good
he's
man.
not.
Okay, I'm glad we're all in agreement. Yes. If you think Mike Vick's a Hall of Famer, you don't know football.
Yeah,
you don't know football.
But, yeah, so Lamar, where do you think he's going to go?
The Patriots.
Patriots?
He said he wanted to play for the Patriots.
Yeah, well...
And then Robert Kraft was like...
Who knows? Someone told Robert Kraft. I think it was
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, yeah.
No, but it was even Lamar.
That's hearsay.
No, but also Lamar said he wanted Lamar's whatever. One of his buddies said he wanted. Not one of his buddies.
I saw Falcons rumors.
Yeah, it seems like he fits down in Atlanta.
Drake London, Kyle Pitts, not the best weapons.
The Falcons stayed. They're not going for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah.
They also have Desmond Ritter, who's actually not bad.
Enough for him,
he won't be bad.
He looks like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah. He's better than Russell Wilson.
All right. What is next? Commanders and their quest to get sold.
Well, buddy, Dan Snyder does not want to sell the Commanders.
Yeah, but he has to.
No, he doesn't.
I'm pretty sure he has to.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, because
that's why he's making it $6 billion.
There's a reason he was forced to sell.
Well, Dan Snyder's been involved in some sneaky shit.
Yeah, that's why he's being forced to sell.
Yeah, fair enough. Was he told by the NFL owners committee?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Don't quote me on that.
Oh yeah, and I was thinking something too because Mike was saying how 2019 Lamar had one of the best rushing seasons ever. I remember reading something, but look how close Fields was to passing that. This year.
Justin fucking Fields.
Justin Fields is good.
I know. I'm saying Bears make the playoffs, like I said last episode.
Well, I still think he deserved it.
Oh yeah, for those who also can't see, it's basically like an 80-yard, 60-yard difference between Lamar's MVP
60
season and
yards.
Justin Fields' this last year.
Exactly, and Justin Fields was considered a bottom 15 quarterback.
No, he was
Bottom
not.
half at the very least.
Bottom half. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's
No, he
15.
wasn't.
You think
You think he was top half?
I think he
top
was
half fantasy
13.
quarterback?
Yeah, fantasy's a different story though.
Fantasy-
Yeah, well,
was
just because he
unreal.
was on a team that literally was like stopped trying, like doesn't mean.
He had no
Well,
weapons
he-
either, too.
Exactly.
He's got Chase Claypool. What the fuck
Yeah,
you
oh.
talking about?
That's
Chase
a terrible
Claypool.
weapon.
It's a great weapon.
No, it's not. He sucks.
Anyways, back to the Commanders. Yeah,
So
they're
it'll be the highest like sell in NFL history for sure. Like I
Yeah.
think a minimum $5 billion, but
I
like
think
$6 billion is
every
going
sale that
on.
happens is just going to be the next
Yeah, 'cause
highest
it's-
sale.
The
value
Broncos were sold. I think last year it was like
4.8.
4.8.
4.8, yeah,
But
4.8 or something like
The
that.
main buyers are a Joe
Joe
Harris
Harris.
led group, including Magic Johnson.
That's going to be
Which is
sick.
Interesting. But the one that interests me is Canadian billionaire Steve Apostopoulos
Greek
has
Canadian.
submitted a bid. Let me say that again. Canadian billionaire. Now, does that mean he's moving the team to Toronto?
Maybe. Are we finally getting it?
Are we finally getting a Canadian
5
team?
times.
I feel like it could be
5 times?
Right.
Yeah.
So we're splitting hairs here then.
Anyways,
Alright.
speaking of changes, rule changes in the NFL. Have you heard about these?
Well, I
Some of
saw
them?
the Calvin Ridley thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
The Calvin Ridley thing. So we'll start it off with players are now allowed to wear the number 0.
Yeah, it's a pretty minor change.
I
but
like it.
It's
I love
something.
it. I love it. So swaggy.
Yeah,
It's-
I like
it's so
the
swaggy.
number 0. It's
It's
cool, like-
it's a bit
and it's-
unprofessional in my opinion.
Yeah, but they're going away from that with
Yeah,
like their
exactly,
allowed
exactly.
like cornerbacks. to
And
wear,
there
like,
you go.
2.
Speaking of which, the first person to say they're wearing 0, none other than the gambling addict himself, our
Calvin
icon,
Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin
Icon.
Parlay Ridley.
That's gonna be pretty gross, actually. That Jaguars team's gross. Don't quote
Well,
me.
Yeah.
I
That
really-
Jaguars team is not.
Is it a thing in the NCAA to wear 0?
You can wear 0 in the NCAA.
Yeah,
I think some schools have it.
I saw
You can wear 0 in the
Deion
NBA
Sanders
too.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, you can wear
one
double
point.
0 in the NBA, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways, but another rule.
One that actually affects the game: roughing the passer stays as an unreviewable play.
That's what they needed.
So
man.
can you
I
not?
hate.
You cannot.
Everybody
challenge.
hates the roughing the passer.
Especially
calls.
after the year we've had of there were so many
So many
bad
bullshit
calls.
ones. It was bullshit.
It was
That changed the
terrible.
game. They actually changed the game.
It was well. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
like
it's an
no matter
automatic
like no
first
matter
down.
what happened. Yeah, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
a game-changing play, and I don't understand how that isn't reviewable.
Can you review pass interference?
You used to be able to because remember.
The Rams and the Saints, is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
that created the rule where you could do it. They kept it in for 2 years and then they revoked it.
They took it out.
Yeah,
Fuck
because
these
refs
man.
were.
Yeah, refs
sick.
are probably bitching
No,
about
the
it.
thing that happened was like refs would almost never overturn.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
it's-
Quarterbacks get breathed on, and
No,
those refs
the-
are tossing
yeah.
laundry. They're
And the-
tossing laundry.
The pass interference, they took it out because refs just wouldn't overturn it because they wanted it to stay like a judgment call that they would make because it's hard. They think, oh, it's hard.
You
for
have
us
to
do
review it though to actually see
I
what
think
happens.
Refs don't like more replays, more reviews because like they think
It
their
shows that they're
job's
wrong.
getting-
It shows that they're wrong.
and it
Like,
seems like their job's getting phased out if
Yeah.
a computer can just do everything.
yeah,
Well, think
exactly.
about it.
But like, yeah,
Computers
just
can
like
do it
someone
better.
upstairs could just.
Yeah, well, computers can do it better. Let's be real. Like,
Well, not
replays-
not computers, but like someone who has all the angles,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
up
exactly,
at
exactly.
the
That's what I
top
mean,
of the
that's what I
stadium
mean,
instead
that's
of the
what I mean.
guys on the ground.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, so it has to stay a mix between the refs having some influence on the game, but not having too much influence.
Well, what's the purpose of a referee if they don't have influence over the game?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Exactly.
want
You
like
need to have-
you
you
need to
need to
have
have
the referees.
referees.
But I was just thinking about this too. Like, this isn't really has to do with sports, but could that be a job AI does in the future?
No.
No.
No, long time in the future, maybe, but
Maybe,
it's
once they have a
it's a
robot that
human
can do
call.
it.
Like it's
Yeah,
not,
exactly,
You can't,
like,
computers can't do that.
It's
Very- yeah,
human.
very
It's
long
human
thing.
observing human behavior. Like, it has to be
And
a
now that-
fucking.
like-
It can't be artificial intelligence.
People think it should like every. I don't want every play.
Well,
Every
because
call
there's
to be
also
perfect.
no template of what pass interference looks like. Like, pass interference looks different on every single
and
play.
every
Exactly.
ref
Never
calls
thought
it
of that.
differently.
Exactly. That's just how.
Like
it's
no
not
one,
gonna
no one
work.
wants like the cookie cutter. I like being able to yell at the ref. I think
I
that
love
that's
that.
fun.
I love being able to
I-
stand up on our
yelling
couch and
at
scream
the-
pass interference when we're
Yeah.
just watching it on the TV.
Exactly.
Yelling at the
Video
guy who's
happening.
reviewing it like
Yeah.
up in the top of the booth is not as fun.
How many times were we sitting on that couch and fucking standing up, pissing ourselves because ref called pass interference?
Oh, nothing. Actually,
absolutely nothing.
More often than not, it's on roughing the passer because again, those are just all.
Moving on. If we're going back to last week, one of the biggest things we were talking about was Aaron Rodgers
Jets
to the Jets.
trade. I thought for sure
nothing's happening.
By the next week we'd be talking about like the details of the trade, but
nothing's happened.
A week, like it's probably
it's gonna happen on
2 weeks at this point.
Low key, they're probably just waiting till draft night. Like,
yeah, I just think
that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. It's what's gonna happen with Lamar too. Like the Ravens are knowing that they're gonna trade Lamar. They have to. So they're probably gonna trade. They don't have to. But here's my personal theory of what happens.
I'll probably sit out.
Here's like the Ravens. They'll trade Lamar to whatever team that wants him in exchange for their first round pick, move up in the draft, and then select probably maybe like to the top 5 or even 3.
Yeah, but
they can trade with the Cardinals.
It's not like they're trying to wait till
Lamar,
draft night. Like, of course they would want to get the deal done as soon as possible. Like, it's not like they're waiting for suspense.
Yeah, but they're not waiting for a deal. Like Lamar requested a trade.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, like, why don't you stick around? And then he was like, no, I want to trade. So then they're like, boom, hit you with the fucking franchise tag. So now anywhere you want to go, we have the opportunity. If we give you the same deal, then you have to stay and play for us.
Yeah.
March 2nd too, he requested the trade. So it's
exactly, March 2nd.
Yeah, he tweeted that like it didn't get out.
If the Ravens don't trade him, he'll sit out.
Yeah, he'll sit out.
He'll sit out.
Yeah,
just
like
no
question.
It's gonna be another Melvin Gordon situation, or a Le'Veon Bell situation.
I feel like they'd be fine just letting him sit out, screw up his own career. Like,
hey man, they got Snoop Huntley, Pro Bowler Snoop Huntley.
Lamar too. Like I love Lamar, but Lamar's a quarterback who definitely has a shorter lifespan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's got a ticking clock. Like how long can he keep taking fucking hits from?
Yeah. And speaking of lifespan, I think that's why this trade is taking longer because Aaron Rodgers was 90%, in his words, 90% retiring. Like
going into the darkness.
They're going into the darkness.
Going into the darkness.
So the Jets don't want to give that much up for a 1 year quarterback, and the Packers don't want to give up.
Do you think it'll be a 1 year deal?
Quarterback.
Do you think it'll be a 1 year deal?
Well,
no, the Packers. The Packers said they want to move on. Like the Packers are done with Aaron Rodgers. Like they're trying to trade him.
Yeah, but if they might not trade him. Like, what's the worst for them if they don't trade him? He retires. Like, they're going to get what he's worth. It's not like they're going to settle.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to settle. He's Aaron Rodgers. But, like, I can't. That's so funny. Going to the dark. How many psychedelics do you think that guy was on when he went into the darkness?
What even was it? It was just like him sitting in a dark room.
Him sitting in a dark room, like, for 24 hours. It was a cave?
Yeah, it was a cave.
Yeah. You already know that guy was on shrooms.
Yeah. Well, that's him, right?
That is him.
But, yeah. Aaron Rodgers still up in the air. Retirement or Jets?
Jets. Hopefully Jets. I'd love to see that.
I don't want him to retire.
I'd love to see Zach Wilson get benched. Love to see Zach Wilson.
Hey, who's to say he doesn't beat him out?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay.
What was that quote? It was like,
I will make any quarterback's life a living hell.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
That about wraps it up for the NFL, for being honest. Like, shit's gonna happen. Next week we'll talk about the draft.
There hasn't been that much.
The draft
We're going to have like a specialty draft episode.
We also got a little special.
We go through
the prospects, the teams, what do you think is going to shake down?
Maybe
we'll
some potential trades.
Do a little mock draft.
We might do a mock draft.
Mock draft back?
Yeah.
We'll see about that. And then, so if we're going to move on, we can talk about the NBA a bit.
Playoff picture.
Just noticed that the playoffs are 2.5 weeks away. We thought we'd take a peek at the playoff picture, see what's going on, see what's shaking up compared to what our perspectives are at the beginning of the season versus
now. Because it did switch up a bit.
Some teams are where you were where they'd not expect.
The East is like super chalk. Like, is there anything that
the East is fine. Let's be real here. We got
the Bucks, the top 4. Yeah.
The Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, the Cavs. Welcome back.
I knew they were.
Welcome back to the top, Cleveland Cavaliers. Welcome back. Donovan Mitchell.
Knicks at 5 is a little surprising. Nets still in that 6.
I don't understand. I don't understand how the Nets are still good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't. After everything, so go back to the.
Well, they've still been winning. Like even without.
I know, but how?
They're still winning. Or just kind of.
Ben Simmons is still out, isn't he? Like he's not playing.
Ben Simmons sucks regardless.
So the play-in right now is what? It's
Bulls, Raptors, Hawks.
Heat. Bulls, Raptors, Hawks.
Heat.
Heat?
That's the plan. Raptors are in the plan.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see
hate
about
the
that. The plan. I like the plan.
No, I don't like the play. Yeah, you like that because your Warriors wouldn't have been in the playoffs last year if it weren't for the plan.
Yeah, and then what did they do? They went all the way from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, but I feel like if you don't make the playoffs, you shouldn't be able to make the playoffs, you know?
It counts as playing in. It's not like that's not when the playoffs start. The playoffs start after the play-in. The play-in is earning a spot in the playoffs.
But you earned a spot through the regular season, and then you should just be kicked out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
because one game, one team.
The play-in is supposed to be designed
games.
for a team that maybe has a few injuries, like Curry, like Clay, like the rest of the team that was injured that year when they made the play-in.
It would work.
So the second half of the season, after these guys come back. And then they start winning, so they have just a squeak of enough record to get into the play-in.
It also counts as the opposite, where a team was good all year and then got a few injuries right around the play-in time and then get kicked out.
Well, you shouldn't lose to the 10 seed. You shouldn't lose to the 9 seed. But then again, the Warriors went from the fucking 8 seed in the playoffs, or not even, going into the play-in into the playoffs. So they were ranked like the... I don't know. Can you look up what they were ranked?
I just think playing good all year is a better representation of if you should be in the playoffs.
Yeah, but if you elevate your play,
like the NFL way of doing it.
I think the NFL is the perfect.
If you elevate your play in the playoffs, you're worthy to be there.
Records or sometimes losing records to like the playoffs, and that's perfectly okay.
Yes, because divisional matchups matter the most, and I think that's a good way of doing it.
Are you like, hey? But what happens if a team elevates their playoff play, like, and they just like, are they not worthy of being there?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Then again, we're saying they went from the play-in into the first round where they played the 1 seed, into the 2 seed, and then to the second round, third round, and then the finals, bro. Like,
yeah, I just like
that's work. You have to work to get from the play-in into the NBA finals.
Basketball games are just like so like 50-50. That's why they do a 7-game series. But then you're kicking out a team in a 2-game series, and I don't really like it, but. Some people like the plan. I feel like the majority would say they don't like the plan.
I don't mind it.
I'm slightly with Mike. I think that the plan's kind of pointless. Like the 2-game series doesn't really tell you who's the better team.
Not at all.
And I still agree that it kind of takes away from the regular season.
Yeah. Okay. Enough about the plan. Let's go to the
back to the standings. We'll talk about the East one more time. We'll just read it off. Go back to the East for a second, Soga. Okay. The center. We got the Bucks, given. Celtics, Sixers, Cavs, Knicks, Nets, Heat, Hawks. And then those are the players.
It's so chopped.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty light.
I don't think there's any surprise.
Where it really shakes up. Well, also the records are just spaced out over there too. Like everything's pretty even. Like it goes down. But if you go over to the West, please, Adam Soga, thank you.
Nuggets 1.
Nuggets
expected,
1.
Grizzlies 2. Pretty expected.
Then you got the Kings.
Kings, yeah.
Where did they come from? Where did the Kings come from this year? The Suns. Suns are still doing good, even without KD. That's not bad. The Clippers.
KD's coming back soon too. I
think
he's 1 week out from playing.
Okay, nice. Very good. You like the Suns. The Suns aren't bad.
Yeah, well, we just don't want to see teams fall to injuries.
Fair
That's
enough.
not.
Clippers
that.
at 5. Timberwolves at 6.
What?
Interesting.
Right.
Warriors at 7. So the Warriors are back in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs, so you don't have to bitch about them not being where they're to be. No, they're in the playoffs.
10, 9, 8, 7.
They're the
Is
plan.
that the
they're in the
plan?
plan.
Oh,
the plan.
yeah.
They are in the plan.
Mavericks are out of the
Yeah,
playoffs.
Mavericks are out of the playoffs at 11.
Such a hot start. Pick up
Kyrie. That's what happens when
Kyrie.
you play with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Well, look
It
how
seems
close
to be
it
a
is.
trend.
From, like,
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. From
Yeah,
the
4th to 11th is a 3
games. Three-game difference.
Look at 4th.
Yeah,
4th to 11th.
It's a 3-game difference.
The difference from the 4th seed to
This
the
is
11th
gonna-
seed
this
is
gonna
3 games.
Shake out, be very interesting.
It's tight in the West.
Yeah.
Jaw seems to be good in the West.
I
at the
mean,
moment.
he's pretty good.
The
He's
Jazz
number
are
2.
squeezing there too. Like
The
Jazz
Jazz.
could.
I would love to see the Jazz.
It'd be
squeeze
unlikely
into
for the
playoffs.
Jazz. Trailblazers are basically out. Spurs are definitely out. Rockets are definitely out. Rockets.
Trailblazers could, very unlikely, but could.
We'll see. Can I get a quote?
Is it possible for them? How many games are left? There's probably each team has like 7 games.
I don't know actually.
The playoffs are 2.5. The playoffs start on April 15th. So that's the NBA.
So that's the NBA.
Can I get a pick to win the NBA Finals? Start it. Say it now, so it's on record.
Celtics.
Boston Celtics. Soga.
I was also gonna say Celtics, but now you say Celtics.
Can't copy me.
I'm gonna say we'll go Sixers.
That's a hot take.
All right,
That's a
Mike.
hot take.
Okay, well maybe don't go a homer pick. Like maybe.
Boys, like no, it's not a homer pick.
That is a homer pick.
That's a pick of
That's a
who's gonna
homer
win
pick.
the
No,
NBA
it's-
championship.
It's all you say.
Bro, just play
Who's gonna win the NBA championship?
Play the game, man.
I am playing the game. Golden State Warriors to win the NBA championship.
Yeah.
That's a horrible take.
How is it a horrible take?
I think
you don't understand how they elevate themselves in the playoffs.
I'm
You
not
don't
talking about the Warriors
understand.
again.
I want this on
Alright.
record too.
I want this on record too. Soga thinks James Wiseman is better than Kevon Looney. I want that on
And
record.
Blake thinks
want that on
Draymond
record.
Green is a first ballot Hall
That
of
was
Famer.
that. That was me drunk. Okay, that was me drunk. We're not
Yeah, and
talking
you
about
sober
that.
still gonna say I'd rather have Wiseman than Kevon.
Yeah, I will sober say that I'd rather have Kevon Looney over James Wiseman.
Alright, let's end it on that.
We'll start
horrendous
that
take.
for another debate. Horrendous take.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We'll be back next
next week.
next week, next
Yeah.
Wednesday, next Tuesday, whenever this comes out. We'll see. That'll be it. We'll probably have a draft special.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Madden game between me and
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah,
Mike's
we have some pretty heated Madden
Mike's
games.
pretty
so
shit at Madden.
I've beat him the past like 3 times, but
Yeah. We'll settle it on live. You know I come
Yeah.
on the pressure,
Alright.
eh? We'll end it there, boys.
cheers.
Yeah.